Like, it is so difficult for me to be comfortable in my emotions.
But even by yourself?
Yeah.
Wagwan. Que lo que, mi gente?
Welcome to the
Message to You podcast,
where we casually have
not so casual conversations
on topics that force us to keep it real
with ourselves and those we are around.
Our mission is to shed light on
the importance of embracing your true self,
being okay with acknowledging quirks,
workable flaws, and accomplishments.
So if you're into business,
all things creative,
personal growth, and life hacks,
then you're in the right place. Let's go.
Let's get it. The sun come out tomorrow. Bet your bottoms Allah. Duh.
The big kind.
Duh.
Okay, so get your stuff because I don't know none of this.
I'm not just not sex savvy.
What have I ever been?
True.
Forces what? So.
Alright, cool. Alright, you ready?
Ready.
Okay, let's do this. Welcome back.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of
the Message to You podcast.
If you guys don't know, I'm Jen.
And I'm Felicia.
And we're happy to be here.
Very much so. We've missed you guys, and we have some lituations happening for today's topics. I don't know what that means, but
lituations. We'll make it a lituation.
All right, cool.
So
random question.
Yeah, do you have one?
Yeah, I do. Hold on. Let me go into my archives. What's your craziest bedtime aesthetic?
Aesthetic?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Like something that you maybe wear or do before you go to bed that's actually kind of crazy, but it's like it's just part of like it's bedtime. You're going to bed. It doesn't matter. It's not like you have to do it regularly, but you have done before.
I don't really know, but I don't know if this is the craziest thing, but I really be greasing up my lips like
down to your chin,
down to my kneecaps.
Yeah,
cool. Like I just like feeling very moisturized before bed. I cannot be in bed dry.
No, that's the worst.
As heck.
That's the worst.
I don't know what else. How about you?
Okay. So like if I have, it depends on like what my hair is doing at the moment, but if I have like braids in, I will wear like a variety of different things on my head. So like for example, I've worn stockings on my head, but like full stockings, like not the one where you cut the legs off and tie the knot on the top. I literally have the legs like dangling.
Yes, you do.
So that's probably the craziest thing. Or like I might wear like a house dress and then a sweater on like a hoodie on top of it, like
right.
That
it's like
you look crazy, but it's like and then some socks possibly. So
you just be looking homeless out in these streets.
Facts.
In your home,
right?
Looking homeless.
Facts.
Yeah.
Throw some shades on.
Okay, now you dragging it to bed. Like I'd really be concerned for you if I ever seen that in my life.
Some people it's really just about comfort and
glasses on your face.
No, that's
that's what I was talking about.
That was me dragging it. But some people do take the extra mile to like glam up before bed. So some people wear like perfume to bed. I know some people who put on lip gloss before bed. So it's like
that's special,
isn't it?
Like ointment is one thing, like a lip balm mask is one thing, because you really be waking up, your lips be feeling so supple and right. But lip gloss from the 99-cent store, like no, not before bed.
There's definitely no like health benefit to that.
No,
there's no reason to. I mean, some people just want to feel good going to bed, so they're like, I'm gonna just Do a little.
Look good for my dreams.
Facts.
I mean,
Facts.
but okay. So,
Yes. Okay, cool.
How you feeling?
I'm okay. I have been feeling like increasingly tired and hungry.
Hunger.
But I think my metabolism might just be speeding up. I don't know.
Could be.
I don't know. That's like not a proven fact, but that's what I'm feeling.
That's
what I'm going with.
Because you're just like always hungry.
Yeah. Well, right now I'm not, so we'll just go with that. But that's how I'm feeling.
Okay.
How are you feeling? Any highlights of the day, the week?
I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling fine. Like, you know. Highlights. I joined a rugby club. So that's fun. That was kind of crazy. It was very spontaneous. Yeah. I mean, like, I've been thinking about it, but me just going, because I think I like to think about things. Like, I've been watching their page for some time now, but I'm like, it's not really going to happen. Like, I just enjoy looking at it and then watching rugby stuff and all of that. But one day I mean, the day that they told me that the preseason starts, I was like, okay, so I guess I'm gonna go. Right. And as I'm walking, and I'm still not believing that I'm actually going, but I went, and it was really fun. Yeah. It was a crazy workout, but it was fun to just get back into that kind of space. Yeah. It was exhausting because that day, like, it was just a very long day, so my body felt like it was crashing towards the end, but nonetheless, it was amazing.
It's giving a pattern. I'm sensing a pattern of you just continuing to just bring yourself to points where you feel like you're crashing.
No, it was just that day, because it wasn't a planned out day. That's all it was. I woke up super early. Well, I woke up at like 4 something, but no, I woke up at, I don't know, 4:30, but I was supposed to be up at like 4 to leave my house by 4:45. So I have 15 minutes to get ready, and then I'm already in the city, so I was supposed to plan being out there, but I didn't bring anything for class because I rushed out that morning. Like, it was just a lot of, I wasn't prepared. But moving forward, now that I know where everything is and, you know, like the placements of things and where my cleats were and all that kind of stuff, I feel like it'll just be a smooth sailing moving forward.
Okay, good. Well, that's good. And that's lit, and I'm glad you got to go.
Thanks.
Because you've been talking about it for a minute, and you've been like, yo, I really miss it. And the fact that you just, like, pounced on it when you got the chance, like, that's lit. So I'm looking forward to seeing some footage and hearing some more feedback.
The way how that team is set up and me, shoot. But anyways, it was fun.
No, that's lit. That's lit. I'm excited for you.
Do you have any highlights of your day, your week?
At the moment, I want to say no. Not that I can
think of.
Yeah, not right now. No.
Okay, you've been very consistent at the gym, I must say.
Oh yeah.
So proud of you.
Thank you. I felt like it was just necessary now, like, and I'm also paying for a subscription. True. So it's like that doesn't. Like, I'm not doing myself any justice by not going and seeing that just being taken out every single time.
And like, you're just not utilizing a whole facility.
So, like, I'm not respecting my body, and I'm also not respecting my finances. Pockets. Like, what? So I'm like, yeah, you're going to have to, like, get it together and go. And I must say that I have been being flexible in my thinking as far as, like, the times. Because at some point, as we mentioned in episodes before this, it was difficult to go and it not be the time that I set it out to be. But now I've been like, if I can fit it in, like, I'm gonna go. Yeah. So I'm proud of you. Thank you. I'm happy that I've been able to do that, and I just wanna keep it up because we got some big goals, and I'm tired of looking like
a sloth.
Yes.
You don't look like a sloth. Like, no. Stop. Yeah, so what are we going to be talking about today?
Today's topic is sensitive versus emotional.
Emotional.
I'm wondering if because people use them interchangeably, but they're not actually the same. We decided that we wanted to talk about, like, the differences and possibly the similarities of the two, right? So
I mean, I in particular don't really know the differences.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I know what I think about them,
Yeah.
but I'm not too sure. I think for me, being sensitive is just feeling so heavily, like just always feeling like, I guess, let me see, sensitive. You having is it low tolerance? A low tolerance to, like, you just being easily affected by things. So low tolerance to life. Not life. Not life, but like everything moves you.
Yeah.
That's what I feel sensitive is, like, in some way. But I also feel like sensitive doesn't mean, where I think they differ is that sensitive isn't always outward. You can be sensitive and feel something, but keep that within you. Like, you can just feel and then keep pushing.
Yeah.
And, you know. Whereas emotional, sometimes I feel like you can identify when someone's emotional more easily than you could tell that they're sensitive. I feel like if you consider somebody sensitive, is because you've spoken to them, you know that something triggered them, you know what the situation was, you know, like a lot more things about them, but you would have had to had like a conversation with them. Whereas emotional, you could see how somebody reacts to something and be like, I don't think you would necessarily say that they're sensitive because they were triggered by something, but like they had expressed an emotion.
Yeah.
But I also feel like it's a generalization of something, like
emotional is.
Yeah. It's like if you say somebody's emotional, you think that their entire being is emotional.
Yeah.
Like, not that they felt an emotion
in that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I get that.
How about you?
Yeah, I feel like being emotional is a state of expression, and I think that being sensitive can be a state of being. So with being sensitive, I think it's you feeling things heavily. You, like you said, like being impacted by like whatever it is in your environment, or just feeling things, you know, like actually feeling it to the point where it might impact your functioning, and it might impact your thought patterns. Whereas I think being emotional shows more because it's now an outward expression.
Yeah.
So now I think that sometimes people can confuse the two and consider someone who's sensitive to things to be emotional when they could possibly be just expressing that something affected them.
Right.
Just because something affects someone doesn't necessarily mean that they're that wound up about it, but they're moved by it.
Right.
And everybody's gonna feel things differently. So I think that's why it's such a big thing to decipher between the two, because even though they're so similar and they deal with how you interpret what you're feeling, they're not expressed the same way. Being emotional is like, everyone expresses it differently, but somebody could be emotional so they're crying. Someone could be emotional so they're screaming. So in those instances, you can say that they were sensitive to something, but someone can be sensitive and just hold that and process it. Like, hold it, I guess process it in a way that still allows them to just articulate what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
I hope that made sense. I feel like I just went, like, that was like a mouthful, but...
No, it made sense.
Okay.
I feel like it, like, intertwined with...
Yeah.
So we're pretty much on the same page.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, like, the dictionary definitions of the two. For sensitive, it's quick to detect or respond to slight changes, signals, or influences.
And emotional is having feelings that are easily excited and openly displayed. So, yeah, that's something that you can, like we said, see.
What would you say that you identify as? Do you feel like you're sensitive? Do you feel like you're emotional? Do you feel like you're both?
I feel like I just feel things.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would fall under.
Yeah. But what does that mean? Like,
I just like, I can be sensitive to many things, but it doesn't inhibit. It doesn't inhibit me though. Like, I mean, it can, in one way, but in my everyday life, I think I'm able to just keep it pushing. So like, yeah, I think I think a lot. Am I emotional? I don't know. Am I emotional? I can be. Like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like I feel like I feel.
Yeah.
And I just feel things and I react to certain things, but I don't think they're so irrational.
Yeah.
I don't think that you can look at me and be like, she's an emotional person.
Yeah.
But I am sensitive to certain things.
Yeah.
So I guess I lean more towards sensitive. Yeah. What do you feel like you are?
I would say that I'm sensitive. I don't think I'm emotional because I'm a very logical person. I like to function based off of fact and then processing properly, like as properly as I can. I know all the time it's not going to come out that way, and I know it's not always going to be like picture perfect, cookie cutter and things like that, but I do really try to slow down, because when you're dealing with situations, most of the time it's not only just you, like you're dealing with other people and their upbringing and their traumas, and like it's just everybody just trying to come together and figure out what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
So when I'm processing things, like I feel heavily, I'm heavily empathetic. Like things affect me and I will think on them, like, you know, to the T. But I won't say that I carry those emotions in my day to day. Like I don't think I walk around like as much as I feel them, I don't display that. I don't wear that on my shoulder. You would never know a lot of the things that I process and feel, because I don't allow those emotions to consume me.
Yeah.
And I think being emotional is being in a state of allowing those things that you feel to consume you. And that's where it becomes problematic, because yes, you can have moments where you feel emotional, which is normal, because we're always going to have things that trigger us to our, like, past our threshold. So there are going to be things where we're going to feel overwhelmed, and then those emotions are going to come out in different ways that they might not have, being a sensitive person. But being emotional all the time, or being an emotional person, for some people that's their outlet. But for me personally, it doesn't allow me to see things fully through. It doesn't allow me to see things for what they are if I'm just waiting in it. Yeah. So I would definitely say that I'm sensitive, but I wouldn't say that I'm an emotional person.
Yeah, I guess in that case, I kind of feel like I have moments where I am emotional towards things and people that I care about, where I may have like a time where it does consume me, and I just kind of sit in that. Yeah. You know, but I don't, like, in order for, how do I say it? Like, I try not to put that on others. Sometimes it's very difficult for me to like hide it.
Yeah.
So then it may rub off on other people.
Yeah.
But I try not to talk about it. But it's also not good, because you don't have to say anything to really like feel that other person's energy, or them being like emotional and that rubbing off, you know, like words don't necessarily have to be exchanged. So yes, I do have moments where I feel so strongly, and it's more than just being sensitive. It's like I feel this emotion, but I feel like I resort more so to like detachment than I'm in your face and I feel emotion and you're gonna hear what I have to say. You know. So yeah. So
I like that point a lot, that you say you resort to detachment, because I also do the same thing. I don't like it because I don't like it because we do the same thing, but I like it
Twins.
because I wouldn't even have thought of like bringing up that point. And would detachment removes yourself from emotion.
It does, but it's still,
but you still feel
a feeling.
But being detached isn't necessarily okay. So outwardly, someone could look at you and be like, okay, this person is being cold, so they're emotional. You're so emotional because you're not moving the way that you normally do towards me. So like to somebody else, they can interpret that as being emotional, but for us, it's like, I'm not being emotional, I'm just processing my shit.
Right.
Yeah. It's interesting.
It is.
It's interesting. Everyone's gonna always see things in the way that they experience it. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you've always been that way?
Do I feel like I've always been
sensitive? Or
yeah, I've always been sensitive, and I think I used to be a lot more emotional. I think
same.
Yeah. I think I went through spurts. Yeah, I went through spurts of being like heavily emotional, but that was like when I was small.
Not small, like this
pocket size. When I was like a kid, and then at some point I just wasn't anymore, and then but then I was angry. So the emotional aspect of it, like, it went from like crying to then being pissed off, which I would also cry when I was pissed off.
Right.
So I don't know, is anger being emotional? Because anger is an emotion. Because like, people will easily say that they feel angry because they feel it's more acceptable. Because when you're angry, you feel more powerful than you do if you say you're sad.
You're sad, yeah. Yeah, I think that's you still being emotional.
Yeah, it is.
You still feeling heavily, an emotion very strongly.
Right.
So I definitely think you're being emotional. Like, that's what it is. Like, if I can feel that you're angry and I can see that you're angry, I can't really say, oh, she's sensitive, because I also feel like that's subjective.
Yeah.
Like, I can't tell you that you're sensitive.
Yeah.
Because how you receive something just may not be how I would receive something.
Yeah.
So like, that's just something that moved you, you know? But I could be like, oh, she's emotional right now. But also I think people see that as a bad thing sometimes. Like, it has a negative connotation to it, and it's just, it is what it is. It's like, you're expressing strong emotion right now, you're emotional right now.
Yeah.
When I'm on my monthly, I'm emotional and I'm sensitive and I'm everything in between. Like, I feel it, I look how I feel. I mean, I try not to, but it's like when I'm by myself, I really like give myself that time to just be emotional. Yeah. Even though I don't want to be sensitive. Yeah. If that makes sense. Yeah. Because I also feel like expressing emotions can be a healthy outlet in some aspects. Yeah. Where if you're somebody who just bottles things in all the time, and then like you have that moment where you're just like, okay, I feel very like, I don't want to say tender, but like I feel
we get it if you say tender.
You get it. Like, anything could just move me right now. Like, I'm literally on that break of just completely breaking. Yeah. And all these emotions just outpour out of me. I feel like that's healthy. I feel like you need to release something. Be emotional. Yeah. But don't drag people along with you. Like, just have your moment, because that is going to feel good at the end, you know?
And I feel like you're so good for that, because I have a problem with that. Like, it is so difficult for me to be comfortable in my emotions.
But even by yourself?
Yeah. It's weird. Like, the thing is that I can accept how I feel. I'm like very much like, I don't really feel good right now. Like, or I feel crazy, or I feel upset.
I feel crazy.
Or like, I don't know what's going on, but I know I feel something. I feel sad. But then I just, like, I'm okay with saying I need a moment, but then taking that moment maybe is what the issue is.
Yeah. Because I think I'm okay also with being like, I don't feel 100%.
Yeah.
But I'm here, you know, but I'm like chilling, I'm fine. But when I say like I give myself that moment to just, it's not like I voluntarily be like, all right, cry. Like, I don't tell myself like, right now I think you need a moment, go sit in the corner and just cry, just let it out. I don't do that at all. It just happens and I just let it happen. I don't be like I'm by myself in my room, I'm comfortable, I'm like, why, you know, in the shower, like it's amazing, like it's literally like a release. So if it happens, I don't stop it. I'm just like, okay, I feel like I need this, like, you know, whatever. I'll be drained as heck afterwards, but you just kind of feel lighter. And I think it just happens because it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Because there's something that's in you that needs to, like, just be released in some way, some form. If you're not going to write about it, if you're not going to talk about it, get it out of your system. Yeah. And I think that's what I mean by I give myself... Because I will never be doing that in public. If I do that in public, that would be so embarrassing to me. Like, I would not know how to live with myself. Like, it's that deep. But that's why my time alone, where absolutely you know, like, nobody would know, though. Like, that's the thing. Yeah. I just give myself the time to just be like, all right, well, you know, I'm comfortable with myself. I feel safe with myself. So go at it, kiddo. Like... Yeah.
But you said that, like, it'll be, like, if you were in public, it's like, you'll be like, nah, not for me. But I know that you're the type of person that would encourage someone else, like, or be there for somebody else if they were crying.
Absolutely. Because I feel like it's for you to do that in public, if you're already nuts, that's one thing. Like, if you're already just, like...
just off.
Oh yeah, loose screw, all that, that's one thing. But if that's something that you typically just wouldn't do... Yeah. And you feel like you had to, like, I'm here for you. Right. Like, trust me. Right. Because for me to think of myself just, like, on the train... I mean, it has happened before because of traumatic stuff that has happened. Yeah. But no. Like, I would not willingly be like, I feel it coming. Yeah. In the middle of the street. Like, just lay down on the sidewalk. Yeah. Like, have your moment. No, I'm going to hold all them tears in and then run upstairs... be like, hey, sorry, I gotta use the bathroom, and then go. Like, I would just wait. I would just wait it out because, But I also had moments where I just randomly cry throughout the days. Like, what is this? Like, literally, like, tears. But that, again, I feel like it's not voluntary because I don't think that's something that we want to do. Right. So it's something that just needs to come out.
It has changed a little bit. It's...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, it just changed the way that it presents itself. Like, the sensitivity versus emotion, just, like, now that I process things differently, like, with an adult brain, I think I just try to be practical. Like, does this matter? Does this not matter? If I need to cry and it's coming out, it's coming out. Preferably not in front of other people, not because I'm afraid, but just because I don't think that everyone even knows how to respond to that. And it's just not always a thing where it needs to be, like, spoken about. Sometimes it's just someone needs just something to pass. Mm-hmm. Like, you just need that moment to just, like, you need that cleanse, that flush, that whatever. And I think sometimes I feel the need to cry, but I don't. It just doesn't come out. And then sometimes I feel like extra pressure on myself because I'm like, why is it not coming out? Like, am I fighting it?
Not that.
Am I fighting this? Am I, like... But I don't know.
She's there like, come on, please.
Come on.
That's mad.
What would you say the overall consensus of, like, most of the people you know, or most of the people that we know?
What they are? What they would be?
How they view the two. Are they even different to most people, you think? Like, being sensitive and then being emotional, like, does it really have a difference?
I think it does have a difference, but people use it interchangeably. Yeah. I think people don't really take the time to really. I feel like I said really 7,000 times. I was like, what's going on? People don't take the time to dissect and research what they're actually saying, because in essence you can say a word and people would just understand, you know, people just understand what you're saying or what you're trying to say. But if there are people that are literal like yourself, you would be like, well, technically that would be emotional, because if you really think about it, did you really mean sensitive? Because I don't think that they were outwardly, you know, like if there are people like you that just be clocking everything. I mean, you have leeways, like you don't actually, you're not annoying with it, but there really be moments where I'm like, what? You couldn't just take what I said and
well, you're an exception.
So I think people just use it interchangeably for the most part. What do you think?
I agree. I think because I can be literal, it irks me that it's like an interchangeable thing, because it's not.
Yeah.
Like, I know a lot of sensitive people that don't wear their emotions on their sleeve, that carry their sensitivity, but they're just like, wow, that's so unfortunate, I'm here for you. But they're not like walking around with their, like, dragging themselves like from corner to corner. It's not that kind of thing. And I think it's just important to just understand that, like, one, everybody's gonna express things differently, and being emotional, even though sometimes for some people it could be over the top, like you said, it is what it is. You know, like, people respond to things based off of personality, based off of how they've been raised, based off of their own personal traumas. So it's really difficult to come to a place where it's just like, whoa, that person is like doing too much, is over the top. It might be a lot for you in that moment, because I've had moments where I'm just like, I'm not equipped to deal with this level of emotion right now from this person, so I can't to be here. But it's not fair to then put that on somebody else and be like, you're too much of this.
Right.
Because they are that way, and they need to be that way for whatever reason. If they need to work through something, they need to work through something. That's on them. But
and that's just how they feel.
Yeah, it's not really helpful for us to then judge and then be like, it's too much. Because if we're in a position where we're triggered, or we're going through something very traumatic, or something has happened to us, and we become those people, we wouldn't really receive that well. Mm-hmm. If people are like, whoa, you're doing a lot right now.
And like, you fully just feeling what you feel.
Feeling a response to whatever it is you've been going through.
Not whoa.
Some people might be like that for years, because they never address that issue. They never address these same buttons that keep being pushed, and they don't know where it's coming from, but they just react.
Yeah.
And we kind of just have to, like, be more
sensitive.
Aware. Oh. I was trying not to say the words.
I know.
We just kind of have to be more diligent, I guess, in how we receive that. And if you're not okay with receiving it at the moment, then that's on you, because there could be so many reasons for that. Like, personally, sometimes I have, like, a shutdown. Like, if I feel like it's overwhelming me, the way that they're expressing, like, I have to then deal with that person in a time frame that's not overwhelming for them, because now I'm taking on what you're feeling, but it's not going to be received in the same way.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound like harsh, but sometimes it is just like that. Because I feel so heavily sometimes, it's difficult for me to, like, take all of that on, because then I'll be carrying that with me, and I can't do that. So, yeah. I try my hardest to just be there for people.
But you also need boundaries.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Precisely that. What would you say, like, if we had to sum this up and be like, all right, our message to you today is, what would you say based off of this topic our message is?
Our message would be, It's okay to feel how you feel. You're not crazy. You're not a weirdo. You're not an outlier. If you need to cry, cry. If you want to smile, please do. You know, like, just whatever. Like, just feel how you feel, but don't let it
keep you there.
Don't let it keep you there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because also being too giddy and too happy, I feel like that's not that's not healthy. I mean, like, everybody wants to be happy, but realistically, in life, like, I feel like you can go through a lot and still be grateful, still be happy because you have life, be happy because you have air to breathe, be happy because you're here experiencing life with your friends, your family, like, and you're dirt poor, for example, or, you know, like, you have family problems, but you have friends that treat you, and, you know, like, it's just so many combinations of it. So feel how you feel, but just, you know.
No, I like that. I like it a lot.
Now
you made a point, and I think feel how you feel, don't stay there. If it's a negative feeling, try not to stay there. Be around people who understand that sometimes you might be emotional. Set boundaries for yourself, so when you do have moments and you're not able to take on other people's feelings, then you don't have to. But overall, I would say that be sensitive, be emotional, be you.
Oh my gosh. The message to you: be you. Wait, let's say be you, but what kind of you? The message to you.
Oh my God.
Whatever.
That was not it.
I don't care. You see?
No for me, though.
Am I sensitive or emotional? I don't care. So me not caring, is that emotional?
If you're not caring, it's giving you're emotional because you're not giving me the response.
Exactly.
No.
All right. So you had anything else to say?
I think I lost it all. So I just want to say thank you for joining us on another episode. It has been lovely. Please let us know how you guys felt about this one. Like, what are your personal thoughts on the two? Do you feel like they're pretty much the same? Because obviously some people do think it is the same. And we would love to hear your perspective on it. So we're gonna, as we wrap it up, we want to send love out to you guys. Just continue to shine, continue to be great.
Absolutely. If you guys are watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave a comment below if you messed with anything that we said. And our IG is message to you with the number 2. Go, follow, also leave comments, and I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.
Thanks again.
I want to go like this so bad, but I can't.
We could throw something.
No, that'd be the end of your camera.
Not if it's subtle.